This was a video I wanted to make for a while now, but I kept putting it off due to not knowing fully how I wanted to format this video. But I'm going to format the video in a way that I did for my Z-Boys and Z-Girls video, which if you haven't seen that opinions video, it will be linked down below in the description box if you're interested. But moving on, without further ado, onto the video. So I'm going to preface this by saying that the information that I provide in this video about both groups, I did my best to research on, and I apologize if there's any errors in the video. I'll make any corrections in the comment section as well. And I'm making this video a way for me to kind of vent and to share my opinions over the matter. And because I'm not gonna lie, the way that both groups have been treated throughout the years has really gotten on my last and final nerve. And I'm going to give you a heads up now that this video is going to be a very long video, so please don't comment, why is this video long? I'm basically trying to summarize almost 10 years of a group's achievements in this first part of the video. Originally this was going to be one whole video, but I did not want to make this into an hour-long video. I felt as if people probably would have a hard time watching that. And so yeah, I'm going to split this into two parts. The first part, I'm going to talk about the journey of After School and their hiatuses and touch briefly on the bankruptcy of Pledis. And in the second part, I'll be talking about Pristin and also with my opinions on the whole matter, and also talking about the hiatus and how fan reactions as well. As like I said, I'm going to do my best to give as much information as I can, so I hope you enjoy the video. So to start things off, After School is a Korean girl group that debuted under Pledis Entertainment in January 2009. The group was formed after Kai left her previous girl group and planned to form a new girl group with the alongside help of the Pledis CEO, and this group would follow the admissions and graduation concept, and After School is the only K-pop group that actually follows the graduation system. The group went on to debut with the iconic bop that is Ah from the single New School Girl, which their main theme heavily influenced by the Pussycat Dolls. They released this song on January 15, 2009. The lineup during the debut was Kai, Becca, Jungha, Sooyoung, and Juyeon. It was planned after the conclusion of all promotions that they would go on to promote Bad Guy, which is another track from their debut single, but unfortunately was deemed unsuitable and banned from broadcasting due to the profanity in the lyrics. Fast forwarding to the month of April, it was announced that Yui would be joining the group's lineup, making After School a 6-member group. Then on April 9th, 2009, the group had a comeback with their title track single, Diva, and then went on to winning Rookie of the Month at the Psy World Digital Music Awards because of that song. Then in July in the same year, After School collabed with their label mate Sondambi for their digital single Amoy in a promotional deal with Samsung. After School then went on to the opening act for the Pussycat Dolls Doll Domination Tour for its Asian tour dates alongside label mate Sondambi, which also kind of goes into full circle because that was the whole inspiration of the group, the Pussycat Dolls. Then in October 2009, Sooyoung graduated from the group to pursue acting, which then brought the arrival of the two most debatably popular members of the group, Rania and Nana. Following the arrival of the two members, on November 25th of the same year, After School made their comeback with their single Because of You, which personally is one of my favorite all-time songs from After School, and the song marked its mature look for the group. The song itself became very popular and went on to winning 3 awards from Inkigayo, and then moving on to 2010, to start off the year, the group ended up winning the Best New Rookie Award in both Japan and Korea. Then later on March 25th, the group released their 3rd single, Bang, which took on the marching band concept inspired by the movie Drumline alongside their new member Lizzie, bringing After School to their 7-member lineup. The idea of the concept came from Kai, as she went on to say that the concept was something that she always wanted to do ever since performing with the group. The group practiced playing the drums for 5 months straight before promoting the song. The song reached 2,374,731 digital downloads, charted at number 2 on the Gaon Weekly Chart, and then at 29 on the Gaon Year-End Digital Chart. So now you're probably thinking, wait, Nana, Rania, and Lizzie have now all joined the group, which can only mean the birth of the queens of quirky, fun concepts have finally been born. Orange Caramel. In June of 2010, Rania, Nana, and Lizzie formed the first unit of After School, which was Orange Caramel. The basis of the group was to bring a light-hearted, sweet group into the mix, since at the time, a lot of girl groups took on more of a darker image. They made their debut on the 16th of the same month, and with the title track Magic Girl, which went on to becoming a commercial success. Now, we're going to talk more about Orange Caramel later in the video, but for now, I mainly want to talk about After School as a whole. So, on January 27th, 2011, Pledis announced that they signed a contract with Avex Tracks in Japan, which started After School's Japanese promotion. Their first Japanese promotion, which in my opinion is still one of the most iconic collabs that have ever happened, just so happened to be with Namiyamuro with the song Make It Happen for Namiyamuro's collaboration album. The song also introduced the new member E-Young, which she previously was revealed during the Bang performances in 2010, but wasn't announced until the collaboration. The Make It Happen collaboration went on to winning the Best Collaboration at the MTV Video Music Awards in Japan. Later in the year, on April 29th, After School finally released their highly anticipated first solo album version, alongside new member E-Young, with the title track Shampoo. Again, another one of my personal favorite songs. What followed the video was the release of the music video Let's Step Up, as an intro to the album, which once again marked the versatility of the group. Are you ready? The video gained an international praise by many tap dancers as well. With the start of Shampoo promotions, a few things happened during that time. The album version was released in the Philippines, debuting at number 1 alongside Bang at number 2 and Happy Pledis album at number 3. After School made a cameo in the Korean horror film White, The Melody Curse, where they performed parts of Bang, but towards the end of the promotions on June 17th, Pledis announced Becca's graduation once the version promotions concluded. Then, the next month, Becca released her goodbye song, Take Me to the Place, on the 11th of July. In the same month, Pledis announced that After School would form 2 separate subunits, After School Red and After School Blue, as a new project for the group. After School Red releasing Into the Night Sky with members Kai, Yui, Nana, and Jungha. And After School Blue releasing Wonder Boy with members Julian, Rania, Lizzie, and E-Young. Then in July 17, 2011, After School held their Japanese showcase prior to their official debut that ended up selling out within 1 minute of tickets going live. Then went on to officially debuting on August 17th with the Japanese version of Bang, which peaked at number 7 on the Oricon chart, and then followed up with releases such as the Japanese version of Diva and the Japanese single Ready to Love. Then ending off the year with the Happy Pledis 2011 album, which included newest, who at the time were called Pledis Boys, which also served as a partial donation to UNICEF and a gift to fans, and then also headlining the MTV Exit Live concert alongside the American band Click 5 in Cambodia. Now, I'm not going to go too much into After School's Japanese promotions due to not wanting the video to be so long, but a quick rundown of the Japanese promotions were that the group went on to releasing Rambling Girls and their remake of the iconic hit Because of You, and went on to release it on January 25th, 2012. The single went on to selling 17,000 copies in Japan and debuting at number 7. They went on to releasing Just in Time on February, and then later releasing their first Japanese album in March of 2012 titled Playgirls. Later in the year, the girls started their promotion tour, Playgirls, in April with 4 tour dates, and on one of those dates marked the appearance of Kayun, who continued making appearances throughout the remainder of the tour. Then June 5th, Pledis announced that Kayun would be graduating from the group to pursue a solo career and also to study acting. With their tour finishing up on June 17th, that would mark the last performance with Kai, although she stayed with the group to help with promotions up until September. Kai would also go on to releasing 2 solo promotions called Come Back You Bad Boy and It's Me before taking a break from performing. Kai also went on to explaining her reasoning for leaving the group in a 2016 episode of Taxi by stating, After School originally started out with 5 members. However, as the members increased, some of the original members started to get upset. Despite the continued conflict, the company did not listen to me. I would always teach the new members when they came in, but they would just go on air and call me scary. I had no one on my side. I too am a woman and a part of the company, she adds. That's why I decided to leave. Once I said on air that there was an outsider in the group, and that outsider was actually me. Kai also goes on to saying, I didn't want to act like friends with the members. I wanted to perform my role as the leader correctly. Now skipping back a few months, After School made their Korean comeback with their 5th single, Flashback, which was released on June 20th. This was the first comeback with now new member Kayun, and the first comeback without original member Kai, and also the first comeback with Jungha as the new leader of the group. Then fast forwarding, in June 13, 2013, After School released their 6th single, First Love, which marks the group's 2nd time working with Bray Brothers, their first time working with the producer for their previous track, Because of You. First Love was the last song released by the group, marking this upcoming June 13th, 6 years since their last Korean comeback. The group went on to releasing their 5th Japanese single, Heaven, and then releasing their 2nd Japanese album, Dressed to Kill, on March 19, 2014. That included 12 tracks, a DVD version of their music videos, and a special fan meeting video. Earlier in the year, the group also went on to filming a beauty variety show for KBS called After School Beauty Bible, which focused on the girls giving information and tips about the Korean beauty with topics ranging from style to trends. The show actually became very successful and being aired in within 100 channels on the official KBS World's YouTube channel. Then later in the year, the girls set out on their 2nd Japanese tour starting on November 21st and ending November 24th. Juyoung's contract, unfortunately with Pledis, expired and then announced her graduation from the group, but continued to promote with the group in Japan due to her contract with ABX Tracks not being expired yet. Then, later on March 20th, 2015, Juyoung officially graduated from the group at a fan event in Japan where she received her diploma of graduation. Since then, Juyoung graduated from the group on January 28th, 2016 due to her contract expiring. Yui and Nana took on more acting roles. Rania went on to doing solo activities while releasing songs with other artists. Lizzie joined the hosting lineup for Please Take Care of My Vanity. Kayun, before joining Produce 48, focused on her DJ gigs and acted in the pre-debut drama The Idol Master Korea. Eyoung opened a music academy. Then on March 31st, Pledis announced Yui's graduation from the group due to her contract also expiring. This now marking After School being a 5-member group again after 8 years since their official debut. Then on January 17, 2018, the hashtag 9 years with After School went viral, with fans reminiscing about the group, expressing their frustrations about the group and not having any promotions, and also wishing for a comeback from the group, which unfortunately fell on deaf ears. Prior to this, there were multiple petitions and a small protest that was started due to the mistreatment and lack of updates pertaining to the group. Then on May 1st, 2018, Pledis announced that Lizzie would be graduating from After School as well due to her contract expiring. Now, despite Lizzie leaving After School, it was clarified that she will not be leaving and would still be a member of Orange Caramel. And Lizzie also stating on October 18th, 2018 that Kayun would debut in a new girl group following her popularity on the show Produce 48. And unfortunately, that is where we currently are with After School. But there be no updates. I am aware that some members have gone into acting again on new dramas. I believe Nana is currently filming a new drama at the time. But in terms of the whole group, we currently do not have any updates on the group itself, which is unfortunate. So I mentioned earlier that we were going to go back into talking about Orange Caramel. Because I didn't want to mix up Orange Caramel information with After School information, and I didn't want to be too confusing to follow and going back and forth between Orange Caramel and After School, so I decided to make it its own section. So we're going to pick back up where we left off, the formation of the group and their debut of Magic Girl, which also went on to become a commercial success. Then later in that same year, in 2010, the group came back with their second mini album with the title track release of Aing, which peaked at number 5 on the Kayun chart, and the album itself at number 10. Following the success of the group, in 2011 they released Bangkok City as part of the group's One Asia project. The song peaked at number 3 on the charts, making its most successful single to date. And then later on releasing a personal favorite of mine, Shanghai Romance, which was written by Super Junior's Heechul, which peaked at number 8 on the charts. Then on September 5th, 2012, the group made their Japanese debut with a cover of My Sweet Devil by the pop group Candies. Then were later returning back to Korea for their first studio album on September 12, 2012 with the title of Lipstick. And then in the following year releasing their first Japanese album, Orange Caramel, which included the previous Japanese songs along with the Japanese version of some of the Korean songs. Then in 2014, which I consider the golden year of Orange Caramel, they released their third single, Cantalena, on March 12th, which was a Bollywood-inspired disco beat. The song itself peaked at number 5 on the Kayun chart, and then the album itself at number 6, and number 4 on the Billboard K-pop Top 100. The song and performance went on to becoming viral due to the iconic in the background. on to releasing I'm Being, which was used to promote Baskin-Robbins' new line of Popping Sue at the end of 2014, and it ranked at number 12 on the 20 best K-pop songs of the year. Following the song months later, on August 18, 2014, Orange Caramel released their fourth single, which is my all-time favorite song, My Copycat, which had a Where is Waldo theme, where you're given things to find within the music video. The video itself was directed by Dicky Peggy, who previously worked on videos such as Cantalena and Lipstick. Following the video, the group released a video for a B-side track, Gangnam Avenue, which was released on September 3rd. And My Copycat also marked the last promotions for the group itself in 2014. So I'm now going to move on to the next topic, which is going to be talking about more of After School's unexpected hiatus. So After School and Orange Caramel's last promotions were in 2013 with First Love and 2014 with My Copycat, and many fans have publicly shown anger and frustration with the group's hiatus. Fans would then trend hashtags such as Save After School and even go on to create a petition aimed at Pledis to give After School a long overdue comeback, which unfortunately, as far as I know, also fell on deaf ears. It wasn't just fans who felt unhappy about the girls being on an unexpected hiatus. Lizzie, a member of After School and Orange Caramel, also expressed her wishes to have a comeback by replying to a fan on Twitter that wished for a comeback by saying, "Give us a comeback," and which Lizzie replied with, "We need money for a comeback and we don't have any. I want one too." Also, before Jungkook graduated from the group, she posted on her Instagram that she also wanted an after-school comeback while posting a photo from the flashback promotions of a behind-the-scenes photo shoot, and also writing in the caption, "Our after-school needs to come back as well. Every night Lizzie sends me a concert videos, but we fell asleep to that. We're pretty cool, hee hee. Hashtag after school, hashtag comeback." Nana also expressed her wishes for a comeback in 2017, saying that it takes a lot of time to organize the members to prepare for a comeback, and then also went on to saying that this is why our agency is still respecting our individual activities. All the other members of After School are working hard on their individual activities. If there is a chance, I would like to go back on stage as soon as possible. Even celebrities, when an After School member was a guest on the show, would also question when the group would be having a comeback, which all their answers were also similar to Nana's. There was a recurring theme that whenever someone would mention the possibility of After School comeback, there was always the talk of money, which now brings me to my next topic, the bankruptcy. Now, some of you guys may know that Pledis went through a financial turmoil with the possibility of facing bankruptcy. Before it became known to the public that the company was having financial issues, many expected with the possibility of money issues due to the shrinking of staff, the hiatuses, and at the time, the company shifting their focus mainly to newest by having them promote, but then shipping them off to Japan to do more promotions. But once it became publicly known in 2014, many people feared for the future of After School and Newest and others under the company as well. Besides After School and Newest, and mentioned earlier Sundambi being under the company, Pledis also managed Hello Venus, who debuted in 2012 as a joint project between Fantago and Pledis, but due to financial trouble, they could no longer afford to have Hello Venus and ended up terminating their contract, which also ended the project with Fantago, and the group ultimately moving fully to Fantago. For a lot of people, this explains why, instead of having After School make a comeback, Pledis mainly focused on Orange Caramel, and their promotions due to their previous successes, which caused some fans to plead for people to support Orange Caramel's promotions in hopes that it would help Pledis out with their financial troubles and help bring After School back. But unfortunately, this also didn't seem to help as well. Then a year later, Soon B ends up leaving the company and 17 debuts with Adore You. Some people felt a certain type of way when 17 debuted because some people saw it as why are they debuting a new boy group when After School is still sitting around, while others defended Pledis and saw this as Pledis' way to hopefully bring in more revenue from 17's promotions. But as 17 was promoting and watching some of their vlogs, many fans realized how badly the financial issues were affecting 17. I remember in the infamous moments of 17 fighting over toothpaste or not having enough toilet paper and not having enough money to properly feed all the members, or having to wear Apple earbuds because they couldn't afford in-ear pieces for all the members. It was so bad that fans also created projects to send toothpaste and other utilities to 17 to make it easy on them. This made fans realize that if it was this bad for 17, then it must be even worse for After School. And some fans of After School even going on their way to support 17 in hopes of the fact that 17's success will help bring in more money and allow After School to promote again. With the more popularity that 17 got, more and more fans began to question if or when After School was going to have a comeback. There were many hints of a possible comeback but never a confirmation. But now that we are currently in 2019 and that 17 has clearly made a name for themselves and Newest is also promoting again with their popularity on the rise, many fans once again question what is keeping Pledis from giving After School a comeback, and why have we heard less and less about the group. This is one of the reasons why myself and many fans are frustrated with the situation about After School. Some saying that by now Pledis should have more than enough money to give After School a comeback, and some saying that Pledis is no longer in the danger stages of a bankruptcy by referring back to what Hoshi said, that Pledis' business is booming while hiring new staff, having a bigger practice room, and the quality of 17's music videos increasing. All of this, but still no talks about an After School comeback. And with that, I'm going to end part 1 here. I originally wanted to include both After School and Pristin in one video, but then I realized when talking about After School's history that it'd be wrong for me not to include as much information as I could about their past, and I feel as if people need to really understand the beginning and the whole journey about After School and from their debut up until now, and this will play a factor when I talk about Pristin in the next video in full detail as well. Anyways, I'm really sorry that this video is long, but if you've made it this far, I am super grateful for that, and thank you so much for listening to my annoying voice for this long. I'm going to try my best to have part 2 up as soon as possible, and please stay tuned for that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. Comment, subscribe. Also check out my previous videos, as I'm in the works of creating part 2 of this video. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.